Well, I think, I've been pleased with the work effort of our team, since we got back from our bowl game in January. I think we talk about the process of every day doing the right things and in terms of training and employees, and I think the attitude's been great. We've been working hard, and really that's what my job is to make sure that everything's being done the right way, with the right effort, with the right enthusiasm, and that gives us a chance to get better each and every day. And I think spring ball went well. Very pleased with it. Came out relatively injury-free. We had a couple guys that had to get surgeries. A couple we knew that were going to. We should be 100% healthy going into August. We all know the importance of that. And very pleased thus far with the direction we're going.
Coach, your first question will come from Dave Matter from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Hey, Gary.
I did.
What was your take on the SEC's new scheduling model? It pretty much falls in line with what your philosophy has been as far as playing at least one power conference team in the non-conference.
Well, I think it's good. I think it allows us. The league is so tough, and the league is so difficult, and I think that separates it by itself in terms of the quality of play that you're going to play each and every week is so significant that I think 8 games, whether it was 6-1 or 6-2, and requiring the lack of a better term, the BCS, the old BCS, in terms of those conferences that you have to play with one of those teams. I think it's good. I think it allows us to when you play 9, I think you're not going to some in our league how strong it is, maybe knocking 1 or 2 teams out of bowl games. And to play 9, I think it reduces also the possibility of because we're knocking somebody out of the top 4. So I was in favor with it. I think there's some, the 6-2 versus 6-1-1 is certainly debatable. If you look at the 6-2 and some of the strengths of the teams that their rival games are, they have to play each and every year. I think sometimes that doesn't balance out maybe fairly. It might fluctuate year to year, decade to decade, depending on strength of teams. But overall, I think it was a very good decision by our league, and I'm pleased with how they did it.
Thanks.
Next question comes from Matthew Commercial Dispatch.
Gary?
Yes.
Do you tail off that with the out-of-conference portion of what was agreed upon Sunday? It's kind of business as usual for you guys because you have Purdue in 17, 18, and 19, but is it kind of essentially business as usual for Missouri to play one school like that, and could you see using the Dome in St. Louis as a potential getting future of those kind of games scheduled in these kickoff classics that have become so familiar now?
Yeah, we were involved with Illinois for quite a few years doing that in St. Louis, and it's a great venue. It's for our alumni and certainly in the state of Missouri, and it really worked out in a very, very positive way. I don't know, we might even be playing Kansas again someday if they would want to discuss and continue that great rivalry we had, or just bring in whomever. But I think those are certainly possibilities. We look at those. Those have been very positive. And we'll just see the direction that we're going to go.
Next question comes from Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Hey, you guys are obviously going to play Arkansas as your permanent crossover. How do you feel about that, and maybe how that rivalry could build?
Well, I think we got to build a rivalry to start with. Someone asked me that the other day and said, "What do you think of your rivalry?" And I said, "Well, you got to play before you start a rivalry." So I think it can be great. I got great respect, for Arkansas, and it's right adjacent to us, to south of us, and I think the potential to be outstanding. I think we got to get it going, and I think it can be very, very positive. I feel good that. Hopefully one day it'll be considered, one of the rivalries in the SEC and in the country.
And, Nick Saban, I guess he was on record for saying he wanted 9 conference games. I don't know, is it kind of refreshing that, hey, Nick Saban doesn't get to win every time in the SEC?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think everybody's got their opinion on that, and I just think it was a smart move that the league made, and I'm pleased with the outcome of the vote.
Next question, David Morrison of the Columbia Daily Tribune.
Hey, Gary. I was just seeing if you had any thoughts on the NCAA proposal for more autonomy for the Big Five conferences. I know Mike Alden's been in favor of it in the past, and I just wanted to know what sort of kind of benefits you could see from the Big Five having more autonomy than the other leagues.
You mean a little bit of separation in terms of voting and on their own specific needs? I think from what I'm hearing, I think some of that's inevitable. I think the concern is that the resources that some of the leagues have is significantly different than others, and when everybody has the same vote, then it restricts the five biggest conferences at this point. I think that is that restricts kind of maybe some of the progress that they can make. And so I think that's really just kind of where it's at. There are different budgets, different schedules, different obviously to television packages and such. And I know those conversations are going on, but I think those are the reasons why. And I got a feeling that it probably is going to lend itself to lean in that direction. When, I don't know.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We have time for one follow-up question from Bob Holt.
Coach, I guess the new rule that's going to allow you guys to have some contact with players in the summer, where before I guess you pretty much had to stay away from. What's your feelings on that, and to utilize that time? I'm
sorry. You talking about the summer being able the time schedule to be able to teach your players in the classroom. Is that what that reference to?
Right.
No, I think it's good. I think it's really good. We have to stay within the 8-hour rule, and have to do that, which is good. But I think it's excellent. I think it's just gives opportunity for kids to learn and get things down, and especially the young players that are coming in, to give them an opportunity to actually maybe have a better opportunity to help the team play as freshmen. So I think it's positive. We're a lot different than any other sport. I mean, I would say this is we actually coach our players 15 practices from the time our bowl game is over. First practice in August. We only have 15 days in those. I think there's almost 5 months there or such. That in football we just don't get those opportunities. Now other sports have those special separate days where they're allowed to work on fundamentals. And that's something maybe we could, within the 10-hour rule, maybe that's something down the road we can do also. You can do a lot of things done without pads on and hitting and so on as far as fundamentals in football. But I think this just allows us now to do a little bit more with kids in the summer, and I think it's very, very positive.